Hello, welcome to From the Road Less Traveled, a video series that we do to talk all things business and accounting. My name is Christy Jones. I'm the revenue director here at Two Roads, and today we have our founder Adam Slack with us as well.
Hello, Christy. It's good to be here.
Today we're going to talk a bit about partnerships. I know that is
Yeah.
a hot button topic for you, being involved in partnerships before. I have been as well, so I know we have our own opinions on that. So, what are your opening thoughts?
For most of my career, in 20 some odd years, I've been in partnerships. And I would say that, I'm still very bullish on them. In our last episode, we talked about imposter syndrome. Let's jump into some of those pros. I think partnerships are really great for helping you fight that imposter syndrome. Knowing there's somebody there that's invested in a way that you're invested in, that can really sit down with you and talk about the things that went well, the things that didn't go well. I need to address that. I'm so thankful to my partners. And my first partnership, as yours was, with family. But gosh, the lessons that I learned that could just kind of help me fight that inadequacy that we sometimes deal with on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis in business. They're just so good at it. Even though it is, yours was with your mom, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, we owned a tax firm together for about 10 years. She had it for 30. And like you, I've had the experience of having that partnership where when you lay your head on the pillow at night, there is someone else that is also staying awake thinking, okay,
Yeah.
are we making payroll? Is everything good? Like, just worried about the business after the doors are locked. So she unfortunately got sick and had to immediately step out of the business. And then I ran it for 3 years by myself. And the weight that I felt running it alone versus with her was pretty incredible and not in a great way. So
Yeah,
I
no.
understand
I
that
mean,
pressure.
yeah. That's why I think, partnerships can really be just a great source of encouragement and direction, um, when you're in there. So, I mean, I think you know, there's definitely a lot of good.
There is, and there are some cons as well. As far as family goes, I think partnering with family, like you said, is so beneficial because that relationship is so much stronger. Maybe you have similar goals in where you want the partnership to go. But then the fallout, if it doesn't end well, I mean, that's a much more important relationship to you that you could be losing if it's not handled properly. And then with non-family, your goals might not be aligned. If you have, different ideas going into the business, are we going to split the profits every single month? Or are we going to pump it back into the business and make it bigger? I mean, there's just a bunch to consider. I wanted to talk a little bit with you and get your thoughts on the importance of documentation in a partnership and how to protect the relationship even when a partnership dissolves.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'll go back to the family one first. I totally agree. I was in with my dad and brother, and 2008 one, we lost. The recession of 2008 kind of killed our business at the time. But because we were family, it caused us to all take a step back, acknowledge what was happening, and figure out the glide path down for all of us. Like we weren't trying to fight and elbow somebody out, right? It was all trying to like land the plane together. Um, and then getting a partnership with non-family, I think what you're hitting on is so vitally important. And by the grace of God, early on, before I got into my first non-family partnership, I had lots of counsel of people saying, "Hey, you need to write all these things out." At the time, being 30 years old, I thought, we'll be fine. It'll work itself out. But I listened to their counsel, and it feels like you're kind of writing a prenup, and you're all excited about getting married. And so you're kind of going to this operating agreement
It's
going,
awkward.
it's
It's totally
awkward.
awkward. Yes.
Yeah. And you kind of going like, okay, we're going to write all the things that are going to happen when this fails. When you don't even want to think about it failing, you're thinking, this is never going to fail. This is going to work forever. We're going to pass this down to our grandkids and it's all going to be wonderful. And I'm so thankful we did that. We've had some partners come and go at Two Roads for various reasons. I love all the guys that have been here as partners. They're still dear friends of mine today. And I think the reason they're still dear friends of mine today is because we had these documents that we could look to and kind of go, hey, that's kind of what we agreed to. The structure this needs
Mhm.
to be, and it just kind of takes that. There's still emotion, like
Oh,
y'all.
yeah.
There's still emotion with that, but it just kind of helped us know what to do next, and kind of made sure that everybody understood the rules of engagement. So if you're thinking about getting into a partnership, I would say family, non-family, uh, have that operating agreement. My counsel to you would be get legal counsel, but I would also say if you're not going to do that, at least on a Word document, just start the steps of writing down what's going to happen if. It can easily be converted to a legal document later, but that's a really good point.
Yes, write it down because it is like a marriage, and sometimes those don't always last. I don't know what the
Yeah.
percentage is these days, but
Well, I can tell
that's
you businesses are worse than marriage. About an 80% failure in business,
oh
and I think
wow.
like a 50% failure in marriages. I haven't looked at the latest stats on that, but that's what it's always been historically. So if you think about that, you're more likely to divorce your partner in business than you are in
Right.
life. And so it's even more important.
I think partnerships too don't always end because of the relationship not working. I mean, there's so many different reasons that a partnership can dissolve. Sometimes it's just the natural course of the business. The business is evolving and that, person is going in a different direction. So you just grow in different ways. It doesn't always have to be end of the world. So if a partnership is what works for you for now, then encourage you to do it, but definitely
Okay.
go into it with all of your ducks in a row. And I'm a big proponent of legal documentation going
Have
in.
that support. Have that support. Just know what you're getting into. So yeah, I'm still bullish on them. I'm certain I'll find myself in a partnership before it's all said and done again. Um, so don't hear this as anything but counsel. Just counsel to know what to look for going into both of these, whether it's family partnership, what those can look like, or non-family partnership and what those could look like. So hopefully this is just a little wisdom that we've learned over the years that we could pass your way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you all next time.
Hey, everybody.